All right, welcome back. And today's lesson, we're going to be doing lesson 5, which is transforming artwork. This will be due on Wednesday, February 28th. And you're going to submit your work as vacation ads AI, and then you'll submit one PDF for the mountain vacation ad, and then one PDF for the beach vacation ad. This can be found on page 136 in the textbook. Um, Again, lesson 5, transforming artwork. And this is what we're going to be completing. This is the beach ad, and this is the mountain vacation ad. So the first thing that we need to do is download bus.ai and L5start.ai. And then we're going to go to Creative Cloud and then open up Illustrator. And this is what it's going to look like at the very end. So let's go to File and Open. And the very first thing we're going to open up is the L5 Start. All right. So in this lesson, we're going to learn how to add, edit, rename, and reorder artboards in an existing document, navigate artboards, work with rulers and guides, position objects with precision, move, scale, rotate, and shear objects using a variety of methods, explore the mirror repeat, and work with the puppet warp tool. All right, so we downloaded our file. And the first thing that we should do is go ahead and go File, Save As, save it to our Creative Cloud, and we're going to call this Vacation Ad. And then we'll save it. All right. And the next thing we should do, the book says that you should go to Essentials for your workspace. I find it easiest if we go to Essentials Classic. Make sure you're on Essentials Classic because it can give you the most tools. And then go down and click Reset Essentials. That way it'll put everything back to the way it is by default. And that'll make everything a lot easier. So artboards represent the regions containing printable or exportable artwork, similar to pages in Adobe InDesign. We haven't used that. Or artboards in Adobe Photoshop. You can use artboards for creating a variety of project types, such as multi-page PDF files, printed pages with different sizes or different elements, independent elements for websites, apps, video storyboards, for instance, anything of that nature. So the first thing we're going to do is drawing a custom-sized artboard. So first thing we need to do is go to View, and then we're going to fit the artboard in the window. This is our window right here. And we're going to zoom out a little bit. So Control minus. If you hit the space bar, it's going to give you this little hand. That way we can move our work area around. That way we can see this little pine tree right here. So we have our selection tool, and we're going to create a new artboard. So if you look over in your properties panel right here, we're going to click on Edit Artboards. And once we clicked on Edit Artboards, you see that this artboard became selected. You look down here at the bottom, that's artboard number 1 as we stand right now. We're going to create a new artboard. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And then basically all we have to do is draw a box around this pine tree. Doesn't matter what size, because we're going to change that size here in a second. But there we go. Now we have artboard number 2. You can see it up there. You see it down here. It changed to number 2. And then if you look over in the properties panel, there's preset sizes that you could choose from depending on what you're doing. You can make it letter size, so it's like 8.5 by 11. Maybe you're making something for the iPhone, or you're making it for an iPad, or whatever you're doing, or you need specific sizes for like a screen. You could choose those. But we are going to make the width 336. And we're going to make the height 280. And there we go. So now we just made the artboard that we needed, the custom size that we needed. And so that's pretty cool. You don't have to worry about typing PX when you put those numbers in, because it's already set to pixels. So it's going to automatically make it pixels. All right. And then we're going to change the name of this right here. Instead of Artboard 2, let's call it City Vacation. Cool. And then hit enter. So now you can see up here it says City Vacation. So that's how you name your artboard. So that's pretty cool. Next, we're going to create another artboard that's the same size as the City Vacation artboard. So we're going to click on the new artboard button in the properties panel. So if you click here, see this little new artboard button? It's a plus symbol, just like for layers. Hit plus, and now it made a new artboard for us. We can change the name of this to Mountain Vacation Ad. Oops. Enter. Boom. Now this is the Mountain Vacation Ad one. And we can see everything that we've done so far. If we go to view and then fit all in the window. So there we go. We have our 3 artboards. Now, to get out of the, right now we're in the artboard. See this tool right here? This is the artboard tool. To get out of that, there's a bunch of different ways you could do it. You could click exit right here. You could click the selection tool. You could hit escape, whichever way makes it easier for you. Exiting the artboard editing mode deselects all the artboards and selects the tool that was previously active before you enter the mode. But in this case, I selected the selection tool, so that's what it chose. If you hit exit, it go back to whatever tool you were using before. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Oops. Zoom out a little bit. We're going to get the artboard tool, which is right down here right above the hand. And then let's see what it wants to do. So here's another way to create an artboard. They want us to put it over here. So we got that. Then we can choose view, fit the artboard in the window. Now it puts that there. Too easy. Let's select this artboard and put that one in the window. Oops. You can also edit your artboard. Like this artboard is too big for like the image that we have. So you could drag it up to like the bottom of the yellow, and then now it fits better. That way it fits like the design that you created. That's cool. We go to view, fit everything in the window. And then we're going to click on the City Vacation artboard. Now, say you have too many artboards, you just want to get rid of some. Select it, hit delete, hit backspace, and that'll get rid of that artboard. It doesn't get rid of the art that you created, just the artboard. So we're going to select our selection tool. And now we're going to go over copying artboards between documents. So if we were to go back to Schoology, I told you to download bus. And we can go to that bus file, open that bus file up, and you'll see it right here. Once you have that open, select your artboard tool. And then we're going to go to edit and copy. And you can go ahead and close that out. And then we're going to go to edit and paste. Now, when it pops up, the color swatch van has a conflict with the current document. You're going to want to click OK to merge the swatches. There's probably multiple swatches, so let's just go apply to all. And then boom, it put that right there on our screen. All right. So next thing we're going to do is go through aligning and arranging the artboards. To keep the artboards tidy in our document, we can move and align them to suit our work style. One example is aligning the artboard so that the top edges of all the artboards line up. So with the artboard tool selected, if you hold Shift, you can click on all the artboards and then vertical align top. Ooh, did I not get this one? There we go. And that'll just line them all up so that way they're nice and neat. Let's do, oops. Edit, undo align. Let's do it. I had to do it twice. So it wants you to unlock all the objects. That way, when we move this artboard one up, the yellow background part did not move with it. So now that I did that, let's see if it does move with it. And now it does move with it. So that's good. That background was locked. That's why it stayed down here. I don't know if you noticed that, but you'll see it on your screen when you do it. And then we have the option to rearrange our artboards. Maybe we don't want them in this order. So if you hit rearrange all, and then you can choose grid by row, grid by column, arrange by row, arrange by column. We're going to do it arrange by row. And we want to set that to 40 pixels. And then boom, now it's going to arrange them all nice and neat by 40 pixels. All right, so we can set different options for the artboards. By default, the artboards are assigned a number and a name, as we've seen, and you can change the name, you know that. Well, we can also change the number for them. So if you go to this little icon right here, this will show you your artboards. Right now, this one is number 1. The mountain one is number 2. Artboard 4 is 3, and then number 4 is the bus. So let's see. All right, it wants us to click artboard options. So in the artboard options window, oh, hold on, let's cancel that. So let's click off. So we deselect everything, and let's just click on the first one, artboard number 1, and then artboard options. And then now it wants us to rename this one to Beach Vacation. Add. And then that's the only thing that we're going to change on that. And then hit OK. That's just another way to rename it. Personally, I feel like it's faster just to rename it right there. Let's go ahead and save our work that we've done so far so we don't lose anything. So you can also reorder the artboards. So now these little arrows down here will take us to the next artboard. So it'll take us to 2, and then 3, and then 4, right? That's cool. But if we want to reorder them to where like bus is number 1 and beach vacation is number 3, you could click on beach vacation and click it, and now it's number 2. You can see how I changed it to number 2. If I click the down arrow, now it's 3. I can change it to 4, or I can go back to the way it was. That's another way to reorder the numbers, and then you can just go ahead and rearrange them by order again, and then just like we already did, and then we'll be good to go. All right. So I think in some point in here, they want us to delete one of them. Let's see. Yeah, so like artboard number 4, we can go ahead and delete that. And then we're going to select them all. Oop, cancel, wrong button. Boom. All right. Oops. All right. I kind of skipped a bunch of stuff, so I think I skipped the spot where it's supposed to delete that number 4. That's fine. All right, working with rulers and guides. We're going to fit everything. Oops, fit everything in the window so we can see it. I think everybody knows that if you go to view, you can go down to rulers and you can show rulers. There's actually a faster way. You can just come over to your properties panel with your selection tool selected. And if you click on rulers and grids, you can turn on your rulers right there. And right now our ruler is in pixels. And you can see that when you click on, like I click on this first artboard, you can see that 0 is right here because it's the left edge of this document. If I click this one, 0 is here on the left edge of this document. If I click this artboard, 0 is here. That way you can measure for each document. That makes it kind of easy for you. All right. So let's click on Unforgettable Beaches. And if you go to View, Fit Artboard and Window, it's going to zoom in on here. And right now we want to move this text to where it's at 1/4 of an inch. But right now, that's kind of hard because we're in pixels. So let's switch it to inches. And this is 1/4 of an inch, and that's 1/2 an inch. So we can move this over to 1/2 an inch. That's fine. If we were to click on that and make sure we select that, you could choose the X value and go 0.25, and then boom, now it's going to go to 1/4 of an inch. It's an easy way to get it exactly there. Or you could just try and drag it there. Either way, whichever way is easiest for you. I'm going to deselect that guideline. Let's go ahead and save our file. All right, so we need to move this text over to here, but it's going to be kind of hard to do that. One way that makes it a little easier to drag it is we can hide the bounding box. So we go to View, and then we're going to go to Hide Bounding Box. You can see that that box that was on the outside is now gone. And if we hold Shift, we can drag this over. We can drag this over. Dang it. There you go. Not Shift, no holding Shift. So we drag this over to 1/4 of an inch, and then boom, now it's lined up perfectly. And we can go to View, and then turn our bounding box back on. Now you see it on the outside. Good to go. All right, next thing we're going to do is position artwork using the properties panel. So we're going to go to View, and then we're going to go Fit All in the Window. We're going to click the blank artboard in the middle right here. And if you go right here, we want to select this. Oops, undo. I double clicked. Drag this up to this artboard. So in the transform section of the properties panel, we're going to click the upper left point of the reference point locator. It's right here. We're going to set that reference point to the top left, and then grab this corner and hit Shift until all that pink is inside the whiteboard. There we go. That should be good. And I'm going to get rid of that guideline. Oops. Just to get it out of my way. And we want to turn X to 0 and Y value to 0. So 0, 0, oops, -0, 0. All right. So that's good to go. And then we're going to go to File and Save. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is scaling objects precisely. So, so far in the book, we've scaled most of the content using selection tools. In this part of the lesson, we're going to scale using the Properties panel and use the option called Scale, Strokes, and Effects. So we have our selection tool selected. We're going to drag it across this plant shape. Now, we can hit Control and plus and zoom in a little bit. Now if we choose, if we choose View and Hide Edges, you're going to see the line disappear that was in the middle. This way we can see the inside edges. We want to turn our reference point back to the middle right here. And then if we were to go to our Properties panel for the width, we want to change that to 40%. And then we're going to hit Enter. And that's going to reduce it down to like less than half of the size that it was before. So that's a pretty cool way to like do that. If it changed your picture wonky, just make sure that you have this set to maintain the width and height proportions. All right. So then if we go to View, View, and then Show Edges again, now you can see the edges. And then we're just going to go to Edit, undo the scale, put it back to where it was. That way we can go and do a different way. This way is a little bit better. So if you click these three dots right here in the transform section, make sure Scale and Strokes and Effects is checked. And then you can type 40%. Enter. Oop. There we go, 40%. And then it'll do the same thing without having to turn off the other thing. So it's just a little bit faster way to do it. Also another way to do it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go to View, fit everything in Window. And then let's go ahead and save what we got. And I will see you in the next video.